to remake the world as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and...
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, and left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posses. Polar worshiping pedophiles wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system, irrigation, and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher, no am I some pastor or preacher. Was released from prison with this passion to speak of. After doing 25 years in the beach cuffs, realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? Where we should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem, bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. We was on. Survive. We was on. Yeah. What's up?
I do it die for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide down. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet. It's for my aircraft stealth fit. Can't be tied down or even seat belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked across my hand, I dealt it. Felt it vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. You bust off on some ices and felt shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Hot body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, she's a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly, so haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the still in hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow our set standards. To catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, while I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dated space ace, y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. Active shape, the state is a fake. a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel of a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas carol lies what your fans get. Your worlds and perils what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. That don't only go for the president. That go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all? Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shy spot. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got a scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some rumors. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real some warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should be disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, go is no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistol. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregard the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, or turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence, mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance from conspiring connivance. Other aspirants of violence, tyrants of fire. Striding and giants who hide, I'm striking defiant. In environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hype men. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-client. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push off the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. We're foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big monsters come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau or Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa.
Shit's a little too much in there. Oh my God.
Signs and symbols are for the conscious minds, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had it vision of past, not yet a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezies that'll hurt you. They style all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw magic shirt around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks purposely but peep me, I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint, just split the range, the plane, the centimeters. I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles, guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'm flying plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. I recall when bro and I spit flows, dope man, fly in the shell at Southampton, kept slow. Stay high, years later he's the same degree, just gained density. Gave my synopsis, he's toxic. I prayed I could say I behave by locals. I've raised my moral ground, way have my character. Stay fly, the conduct squared up. Self-esteem, the day sky, new God on what the world's been waiting for. The days now, may I then I don't abide by the same ethics. They feign respect, yet obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect. But with strange methods, but the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribed by passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's trash spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kitten that it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. Announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift, even in darkness the sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. Actors look the part, but just for show. Go figure, you dig, pounding you baboon or gorilla. I'm built like a silverback with hill track, no iller max than me. Masturbate her back, originally pretty. Take the mask off, 360 on my square. See the circle, if not your mask off. You poemish, dash your salt. The dialogue's trash talk, your past lost. Leave a footprints in the asphalt. Use the outline correction, last straw. I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Sexually, sex, some whose ass off. When she walked that ass off, I talk back to it like who makes sure Yanni sing. Her response, she dons me king. So who they gave me the script? My ops, the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on mine's my circle is me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance this abnormal, dormant form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah.
Yeah. And that looks like this.
Now watch time and space rock a great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purified. My chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and heel. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple transform spiritualities. How you teach math, a humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forums, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that was them. Destroy this de facto government and its peace quorums established. Big Ma house so she may restore him. A great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and smash. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grips of their cash. Sad can't watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdo sprung minstrel shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies are fried. New with chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, but she's the best.
Baby girl Slaughter, American Indian, Acolyte, what's going on? Red Hunter, what's happening? What's happening? I know it's the Monday, but I figured I'd do this. I didn't feel like reading. Don't mean I didn't read nothing. Of course I read something, but I passed out. I mean, Middle Life, Jaeger, just a little bit, and ate, we ate something, and I was just like, thinking about some of the stuff we got to do. He set up a fire last night. I was out like a light. Oh yeah, not this. Because they get rid of but I was relaxed, man. I was so fucking relaxed. Like, it was hot. It was hot. Appreciate it. I didn't need to go in no sauna, that's for sure. Come on, get out of here. Go on about your business. This the sun, y'all. This fly. Get away from me though. All that. That's like racist. I got all that on. They gotta be around and go and stupid.
This for y'all. Babalawo indoctrinated with the art of divination, power of Olaudumare and Arumila through initiation. The ether system, ancestors spoke, said this my proper station. Words and manifestation that speak truth, my proclamation. Came to earth with my calabash, destiny in handle. I had a blast with the bags, cash in my past life. New hourglass, time to flabbergast. Mastered the craft, subtract trash, and forces in motion. On this path to determine future evolution. After I cast, add the math. Sound of my name in the ground and tremble. My glory great astounds the simple souls.
Hey, this what's going on?
Splendor. Move from body to ether. I carry the Asha of ether. Unlike you proud deceivers, no one can stop me, neither. The more
I'm gonna have y'all look at a law, and then we're gonna look at
spiritual guys.
You might be able to share this with family. We're gonna look at a law. We're gonna look at how or why it applies, and then hopefully you can share this with your family and your siblings. Okay? I mean, seriously, you know what I mean? Hey, what's that? Yeah, TF, yeah. But I think it's important. Like, whenever you hear me say facts, it's probably something I actually know. But most time I want y'all to research it. I want y'all to make comments. It's always the same people. No, y'all keep making comments, but other people should make comments as well, based on what you find. You know what I mean? But this is important. It's a paradigm. It's a paradox, a paradigm, and even the races that come over and look, they might go, oh, okay, or they might already know. The thing is, nobody's relaying the message to each other. You know, it's just, there are those in certain circles that talk about these things. I belong in a couple of them, but I just don't comment in there. I see what they're posting, and some stuff is just, I don't know, it's too emotional. I'm not with the emotional side of things. I'm really not. I'm not bound to it. I would like to see people get there as well. Let me go. I want to hold on. No.
These motherfuckers thought we was gonna stay asleep forever. Not this shit. This blood is boiling hot in my veins. We done rose up my knees. Fellas up. Halito, my Rigo people, those who read through the evil, deceitful, double speak use, by these illegals, foreign delete fools. That's been occupied, the land for far too long. It's been docu-shining, sleight of hand to get you go. Murder by numbers, for paper genocide. Back to when many children, women and men die. Like the road to Chickabaw, or the Trail of Tears. Land turned to one big prison yard, we been in jail for years. Up Shit Creek, without a paddle, pump the river of death. Kill all our leaders and chiefs, till there's not one deliverer left. I'm not Hiawatha, or even Tecumseh. Restore Big Mama, issue foreigners doomsday. This Geechee, man is who Geechee got us, so fuck you to whom you pray. Cash squadron has risen up, weather ruins late.
The reason why I don't talk about my Gullah side, right? My mother's side, is because my sister found out that we had Gullah in the family. And Gullah and Geechee are two separate, look at the Geechee River, the Gullah River, we're two separate individuals. People want, these Pan-Africans try to say Gullah Geechee as if it's something from over there, when it's not. You know? And then when I ask them about rivers, I ask them about certain mounds, and they don't even have a friggin' clue. And they still try, like okra was never in Africa, it's from here. But they grow it over there without pesticides. While in Mexico, they pesticides and everything. In California, you don't even want to eat it from over there. You know, we used to grow purple and red okra. Nobody had diabetes until we started buying the stuff from the stores. And that was the poisons that these you-know-who have been putting on the food and to minimalize your existence. And they're one of the worst mistakes they ever made. You know what I mean? It don't matter if they keep it up or if they stop. They're going to get what they... Anyway, that's not emotional.
My music, and a lot of this music, it's only...
When you start seeing things like I see it, and I don't want you to see what I see, you need to see what you see. But I know a lot of you ain't doing what you need to do to be able to see.
The oppressed rising up against the oppressed.
Maybe it's just meant for me to see. I don't know. But I know what. I'm glad I ain't on that side.
Are those who oppress.
That's all I gotta say.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for a change, got a boss up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style's too late, but apologetic claim. You rap that a cloak up flame, by God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the planet for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attached in a war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful, sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Or kneels too late when the caps get pills. Don't believe it, TC type. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All red on my vision through sight. It's killer be killed whenever I fight. From above, I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' burn them all, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I don't mean an ideal sense. I mean it every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, push, step, crush. That's how it all is, and it's like nobody ever stopped.
I would never show everything. Believe me, I'll be out here by, getting my little. I'm gonna break it. I gotta go down there and get the pads out because I want to start running some drills, and I gotta get my rhythm back in. You know, it don't really go nowhere because I shadow box all the time. You know, but to run that 5, 10, 20, 25, that's a mofo when if you haven't done it in a long time. And I gotta get a heavy bag just to put up there, just to come out and just every once in a while go a little 15 minutes on it until I'm winded, and just keep it up like 2 and 3 times. You know what I mean? Yes. So what's going on, everybody? Whatever this shit. What's happening? I'm gonna first draw on the law in the 1800s, and then we could take it from there. But I'm gonna read something in my notes as well. Now, if you like I said, I hope some of y'all checking Yandex, they're probably gonna try and buy them out, or maybe they'll want the little information slipped on that side. But you know, the proprietors of Google, y'all remember when Wiki was shut down for a while on the fake demic, then it was changed, and you saw the little fat young, you know who, convert. He was in charge of it, and so on. I think Brave might have been bought out because I was searching on there and things were not the same. I actually went back and I had still in my search bar a certain thing. I tapped on it, it pulled up a whole lot of different stuff that was not mediating the facts, but almost like a conspiracy. I mean, you know. The reason why I'm doing this is because, as you see, they started killing in Palestine again, okay? And anybody knows that the purpose is to eradicate the original people of the land. Why has people not seen that? That colonization thing, that is all it is, by way of UK, the fake crown. And look, this is what the governments do to their own people. They try to take their guns, right? And what happens after that? Well, look over there in Syria. Are you aware that before the ISIS and all these monkeys, these new age monkeys that are just love killing, it would be a pleasure for them to be able to see and hear the story I have to tell. They'd probably want to take their own lives. I'm not going to reach out to make them commit suicide. There's enough of them doing that already. It's not my needs or requirement. The bastards here, yeah, and I'll increase it every damn day. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. Absolutely nothing. Once things are enacted, I can't explain how this stuff works. But anyway, I don't mind them knowing. I want them to sit there and talk to the AI and the ghost of the machine and them, because, like I said, they're an experiment too. So they took their guns first. The Christians, I guess the Shia was the minority, and Al-Assad, he was over them, protecting them, I guess. The Kurds. Well, the Kurds, I ain't getting them my guns. They know how that works out. And the moment these Christians and all them people went and turned in their guns, they started slaughtering them. The first 200, right off the back. The children, the boys, the young boys, not the women though, because they subjugate and rape and do, and a lot of that's going on. And who sanctioned it? The UN, the West, the UK, and this government. And they were paying them. You know how much they were paying the Taliban and them? And they still are, I think. Well, I think Trump stopped it for the moment. But that doesn't mean nothing either, because he converted to that same thing, okay? Y'all saw the little post up showing you the APAC and the members and stuff. That's not all of them. That's going back, I think, to 2022. The reason why I wanted to point out these little things and read this law verse, with the hope that y'all going to research it, pull up the things that facts. And I know some of y'all seen it, just like the little 13-year-old girl who showed that all the presidents were we all knew that back in high school. We knew all of them were damn related. That was something that was common lore. But the thing is, how do you think you got poison? How do you think you got PFAS, they call it forever, chemicals and all that in the water? Drinking that, for those who still make their coffee and tea, right? with the regular old tap water, you are killing yourself. Your brain is not functioning, no, and not even at 50%. Well, you could research it and see what they say in the medical community, okay? But all the science behind it and everything. And then all the heavy lead and mercury and all the other barium and all this, which is very, very poison, creates cancer. And you will see for yourself that if this is not by design with these worthless government agents, I don't care who's ex-military or whatever, all right? Because you can see Crenshaw's a piece of crap. He wants to, kill Tucker and all this goofy stuff. Whether it's vaudeville or not, it doesn't matter. It's a disease. And when you party in those circles at those little places they party, they are just as bad as the Hollywood because they party all amongst each other. But how is it that they have chefs that bring a food that ain't the same thing you get? It's not the same thing. Like the person that owns, the individual, the punk that owns Safeway, he don't eat none of that food. I remember when I was on the res and I was going to Safeway and I was like, how come y'all don't have this stuff here, like organic, this, that, and the other? I worked at Whole Foods. I was one of the whistleblowers telling people, man, these ain't organic. I used to grow this stuff. And a lot of people knew me back there on Buford Avenue. Go, man, that family, they grew vegetables and fruits and grapes and all that all the time. Collard greens, cat, and I was looking at that stuff going, nah, this stuff is GMO. There's no way in the world. And they got outed for not selling a lot of stuff that they were labeling to get hiked up prices was not organic. Well, you see, the very same BlackRock and the people that own all these companies are the ones that push to say, okay, well, let's say that the earth had all these chemicals from the fake Bill Gates who robbed. He didn't create what he's got rich from. He was put in position because he's a sociopath. Y'all saw the picture with him in the psych ward, talking. Anyway, all the stuff when we took Dow Corning and all that stuff, I said, why would we have it go to Mexico? If all this Mexico want to sue us for the guns, but the very guy, Oliver North, and them saying, well, Fast and Furious, we ain't got nothing to do with that. It's because that president, even though she recognizes Afro-Indigenous, she is part of the problem. Does it mean that it's against you? Well, you see the idiots on this land that's doing the dumb things they're doing, while most other European lands are doing it to the light skins and not to the melanated so much, unless they're caught red-handed. Here you got the most pragmatic, dumbest races. Okay, I mean the dumbest ones, okay? And they're affected too. They're affected too. You know what I mean? Well, let's go ahead and look at the law that most people just bypass. First, let me read this. Let me read this in my notes, okay? Pulling up my notes. It's going to take forever. All right, so first, monopolizing, or the monopolization of all things. That is not really supposed to happen, right? Yet, why is monopolizing illegal? Well, here, and this is not AI, this is something I've had for a little while. The mere possession or exercise of monopoly power is not an offense. The law addresses only the anti-competitive acquisition or maintenance of such power and certain related attempts. Now, if my family, hypothetically, if my family were all endowed with all these sports, inundated with just being phenomenal at every sport, and then you're down the block and you join the other team, and the other team has a mixture of all kind of, from the same neighborhood, but we choose to use our family because we know what we can do. Is that fair? No, we're monopolizing on the fact that we're all sports inclined. We're inclined to sports. We're phenomenally excellent at what we do, and no one would be a challenge to us. That's a monopolization. So here, and in certain related attempts, acquiring or maintaining monopoly power through assaults on the competitive process harms consumers and is to be condemned, as it would cheat the other teams out or the other players. Now, why do I say that? You would say that's not monopolizing. Well, their team, their faction is 30 different people. That's 30 different corporations, and mine is one. And I have the best, not meaning that we are the best. Obviously, our attitude and everything else is egotistical, this, that, and other. And we just want to win and beat you out regardless of having a fair and just game. Food and water and all that is not a game. Why is it that every water treatment facility has to put that damn fluoride and other new chemicals in it? When fluoride is one of the things that is unrequired. And that's fat check all they want, the niggas suck butt, because most of them are foreigners anyway. But everybody knows now, because the doctors and the witch guards that do the autopsies and everything like that, they're showing what fluoride does. There are dentists who now realize that fluoride is not helping with the mineralization, the crystallization that makes up your teeth. The fact that your teeth can regrow or grow its enamel. How is it? I have the information all up in my tablets. I got about 12 tablets based on bones, density, this, that, and other, and the part fluoride has played in it. There are dentists now who don't even have you rinse with fluoride no more. They suggest getting a fluoride-free toothpaste. Last time I went and I was getting the silver out and the silver lead out, silver lead in your mouth. I was getting porcelain put in. Quite a good penny in the Bronx. I have 3 more I have to get removed, and you know what I'm saying? I can keep mineralizing and it'll push those fillings out. And that's what's happening to a lot of individuals. And they're going, what is this? See, the enemy don't want to hear that because they believe they have this false perception of authority. You know what I mean? And they want everybody to lean on it. You dig what I'm saying? So let's go over here and look at this law. Okay? Oh, let the monkeys in. That's all right. Okay? The monkeys can come in. Let them act up and all that. So we're going to look here. There's a number of them. All right? We're going to look at pleasefiring.com. All right? Are monopolies allowed by the United States law? Question. Okay, now this is going back, looking at February 2nd, 2022, okay? Are monopolies allowed by the United States? In the table of contents, we have 1, are monopolies allowed by the United States? Law. 2, did the U.S. ban monopolies? 3, what law in the USA forbids, these are bullet points, forbids monopolies? 4, what is regulated monopoly? 5, why are monopolies illegal? So that just suggests something. Is Amazon an illegal monopoly? Why do you look at Prime and this, that, and other, and them taking over? Well, look at this. Why does the United States allow monopolies? Are there any monopolies in America today? And these are proper questions. Is it illegal for a company to be a monopoly? Well, you know, the game Monopoly was getting you all subconsciously beating it into you that a certain group or organization hidden behind the scenes can, you know, control your destiny, which is not what the Constitution is about. You got to remember, APAC and all of them, their desire is to do away with. They don't respect none of that. I told y'all to study the core need today. I asked y'all to look at the Purim and everything else. People choose not to look at these things, okay? So monopolies are illegal within the United States, first of all. But there are circumstances where a natural monopoly can occur. In these circumstances, a market or market sector has barriers to entry that are so prohibitively high that only one firm or a few firms known as an oligopoly, this is a crazy word, oligopoly, that's how it is, have a presence there. Okay, so did the U.S. ban monopolies? Yeah. Approved July 2nd, 1890. Okay. Approved July 2nd, 1890. The Sherman Antitrust Act was the first federal act that outlawed monopolistic business practices. The Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 was the first measure passed by the U.S. Congress to prohibit trusts. There were a lot of people who wanted to do business and they wanted to expand, and they were being stopped because, you know, Rockefeller, Rothschild, and all of them. You know, the very ones that gave you heart conditions, cancer, and all that, right? That's just from my research, and let's say it's a fact. Research it yourself. Well, are monopolies legal? Well, legal monopolies are created for the purposes that offer a specific product or service to consumers at a regulated price. Now, various governments have imposed legal monopolies on a variety of commodities, including tobacco, salt, and iron. But you got to remember, well, we got Morton, and well, y'all know the salts. They strip the iodine from it to make you sick. We know that the iron today rusts. When the iron back then in the 17th, it didn't rust. There's still iron fifth. There's a big pole in Hindustan. This thing is supposed to be thousands of years. It's never rusted or nothing. It's just as black, and iron is pure. Okay? And y'all should know this. Those of you who grew up in my time, remember we had skillets that never rusted. No, we had skillets we threw out in the backyard because we get some new ones a season. And we played with them things. We go out there and pull them out the dirt after the rain, out of the mud, and they were still black. Now you take that old iron skillet, they selling it as iron, hyped up price. You leave some water in it, what does it do? It rusts. What kind of iron is that? That means it's dissimilar metals, right? What kind of irons would create that iron? See, people think iron means red, oxide, like your blood. That's when air hit it. Your blood's greenish blue, or whatever you call it. The fact of the matter is this iron is far from pure. Okay? And then how about when you handle it, you get black on your hand? What kind of iron does that? I'm a metallurgist. I like to weld and this, that, and other, and I like to deal with wrought iron and all that stuff. Again, I ask you, what kind of iron leaves black on your hands? Who grew up in the 50s and 60s and know exactly what I'm talking about? Iron didn't leave no black on your hands. And this iron is coming from China and Hindustan. What does that allude to? Right? Mass quantity stuff, somebody's monopolized it. Everybody's iron's doing it. Unless you got your own smelting and you're digging up your own ore and you know how to, harvest it, break it down and heat it and break it down so you get just the iron ore alone and then smelt it to make whatever you want, whether it be an iron plate, pewter plate, even like pewter metal, close next to aluminum. These are things that you'll never see, but why does it exist? What is really going on? You got to raise it to a certain temperature for a certain period of time. Make sure you got good ghee or fat in there, and you've got to let that stuff sit without washing it. But then when you wash it, you get this black, and you know what I'm saying? And then if you let it sit in the water, you get little rust corners. That should be pointing something out. This is something this is just one example. Anyway, what law in the USA forbids monopolies? The Sherman Antitrust Act is a law the U.S. Congress passed to prohibit trust monopolies and cartels. What is a regulated monopoly? So we can cross that because we already look at what may be considered legal. Well, in economics, a government-granted monopoly, also called a de jure monopoly or regulated monopoly, is a form of coercive monopoly by which a government grants exclusive privilege to a private individual or firm to be the sole provider of a good or service. Potential competitors are excluded from the market by law. But what does that allude to? Who's taking over the government? Who's taking over the food company? Isn't BlackRock behind all major food? I'm just saying that's based on this. I didn't share these. Okay? Based on these. These have been the latest things coming out in the last handful of years. Boycott the companies that support apartheid in Israel. Well, if you look at plastics, Keter, OnStanding, Jarden, Alibert, Carver, Contigo, you got Food and Drink, Dannon, McDonald's, Starbucks, Coca-Cola, Eden, Jaffa, Nestle. Boy, it goes on and on and on. Fat Toys, when it gets to toys, and there's more than this. There's only one. Then you got Motorola, Intel, IBM, AOL, Siemens. These are things, this is a monopoly, but look at this. Comfort food, you have Manischewitz, wine, bread, matzah, but they own a lot of things with other pseudonames that nobody knows. I'm gonna come back to the one I just skipped. 11 companies that own everything, and the stake in those companies are held by BlackRock. Illegal, but if they need to do what they're doing right now, this is how they've been moving. And your little worthless government officials and the little monkeys that protect them because of secret societies allow them because they see Israel first and not America. How can you be voted in, elected, and your first priority is not America, but you'll sham people and gaslight them and cap on them about, we're going to build back better, and look at Schumer and them and Nancy Pelosi. They're getting booed and totally gone because they have been saying exactly what people have been ignoring. All right? And so has the Republican Party. One and the same. Everything. And who owns BlackRock? I'm reading. I'm not talking dirt against certain individuals because they, cosmetics. You got Kimberly-Clark, Revlon, Johnson & Johnson, Kleenex, all DC products. Oh my goodness. Estee, L'Oreal, Teva, the diamonds and rings, MSL, Delta, Galil Industries, Biger, Victoria's Secret, La Senza, River Island, Timberland, Caterpillar. Man, we can go on and on and on. Edit, Alstom, Gas. I mean, I got a whole bunch of them here. Kimberly-Clark, Okay. I'm just saying it's right there. Okay. All right. You saw what happened with Johnson Johnson, messed up a lot of women with ovary cancer and babies, old people. All right, Premier, and they don't care. Then you get Sarah Lee, you got Nestle, Dannon, God, oh man, it's McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and there's so much on it as far as all the things under Sunkiss, Schweppes, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, Fruitopia, da. You got Careful, some words I can't even pronounce. I don't even want to. DK New York. You got Origins, Natural Resources, Mac Cosmetics. I'm just reading a couple out of hundreds of them. Nescafe, Strauss Dairy, Danny Yogurt, Jacob Biscuits, HP Foods, Evian, Volvic Water, Galvani, Alexa. Oh my goodness. Oh, it just goes on and on. Oh, here's another one with just a whole bunch. Just y'all can see it for yourself. I don't have to read it all, but yet let me go back to the one that I skipped over. Business. I can't see the date for some reason. I'm looking on the side of the newspaper because they redacted some of it. But Jews in the corporate establishment, you can expand this and you can read it yourself. Now, I had to find a clearer one and use my little enlarged thing to read it. I'm just giving it to you for you to read it yourself. And this should be something that says what is going on here. Now, you can read the other thing. There's a whole bunch of them. Let me go back so that way I can show you. I'm not going to read all of it. I read the table of contents for this one. But if you go back, are monopolies allowed? Why are monopolies legal? Illegal in the U.S.? Are there any legal monopolies in America? We kind of broke that down as far as what they state, but who created that? Who monopolizes our government? Who is running everybody into war? Anyway, what are the elements of a monopolization? That is in the last few. You can read that for yourself. You can pull all these up. Now, I couldn't pull these up on Google. I had to use the index, okay? Because, of course, I looked at a few different sites to see what I find, and the majority of them are owned by the very individuals, and I think it's very important that people see this for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Man, fire pit. Anyway, hey, Jesuits, Indigo Turtle, what's up? What's going on, beloved? Oh, Mac, what's happening? Andy Villa, what's going on? Kira Mio, what's going on, beloved? Pura Vida Mio, what's going on? Thanks. I appreciate this shot. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to hold that in review. That's just retarded. Thank you. Angeline, it's wild to live on a reservation. We don't have a food. So. Yeah, well, I lived up and our the Spirit gas station, man, all they had when you first walked in there was stuff for the car, for emergency fix, and junk food. From the counter, right down the aisles. And then when you go into the grocery part, even when you walk in there, they had the pumpkins and stuff like the watermelon, GMO ones, but they had seeds. I would eat them. But it's the donuts, the cakes, the everything. And oh my goodness, I used to be in there talking when I'm like, yo, what is I'll be telling them, like, why are you eating that, man? That's why your belly is as big as your back. Hey, come on, man, your back is big as your belly. Listen, and everybody in there, that when I used to go over to the hospital, right, and I would sit down with some people. I used to do I used one of the volunteers for the suicide awareness and be able to talk people out of it, because I dealt with a lot of children teaching martial arts and boxing, and I've had my handful keeping them from taking their lives. They had diabetes like a mother sucker, and everybody's eating that dumb fruit salad with the Cool Whip. I'm like, what is y'all do? You got GMO fruits, and then you're putting all that damn sugar on it. And then your fried bread, I would take them to Hopi. I would go over because I grew corn that was, 200-year-old heirloom seeds, kernels I had. And they were like, my corn, no extra soil, right in the red clay, corn stump, fingers in it. Everybody's going white and yellow corn. That's GMO. And they're like, "Oh, your corn is beautiful. You got like little spuds, which people, you know, and the big long ones, long on my forearm, all kind of beautiful colors." The Hopi used to be like, "Can we get some of your corn?" They used to buy my mace jar of my corn kernels, right? That I'll harvest like 4 corn to get, you know, for like $40. But I used to go over there and get their blue corn because they were very good at that. And I would come back and make fry bread with it. And and I would just use water. And they were like, "How you doing that?" I'm like, "We make whole cake. We're the original kind of, we made whole cake on the East Coast and original cornbread. Nobody made that but us, you know?" And they're like, "Oh," and I would show them historically. And they're like, because they won't teach that in school. They won't teach that truth. They need to have people at each other's necks. So I started cooking sandwiches and taking them to the all organic. I had a friend of mine who worked at Safeway, a brother. He been working there for like 8 to 10 years, and I used to pay him $100 to bake me up 1,200 rolls of my flour mix for my rolls. That he baked them up perfect, and I knew the lady in the store, she didn't mind. So it was an extra $100 for him. It didn't take him that long. I always brought the whole thing of the flour mix that I had, that I needed those rolls, all right? Because I would sell in 45 minutes, I'd make $445 selling meatball parmesans, Philly cheesesteaks, sweet and spicy sausage sandwiches with caramelized onions, using turmeric, real paprika. I would spend a lot of money making these sandwiches, and the sandwiches I could have easily sold for $18, I would sell only for $10. And the people would come out of school, the young people, the older people that come through, because of the owners of the store. "I need 5, I need 6. And if I wasn't there, they would come over to my house on the Red. They come over, "Hey, Red, hey, man," you know, especially the ones drinking, because you know they had the $10, you know, they go out there and get their $40 worth of bootleg beer, because you can sell a quart, a 40 ounce for $10. You know, I did that too at one time, but I stopped that because we had idiots out there selling some, I don't know what chemicals they were adding to the beer, and they were taking rubbing alcohol and putting it in these little fake vodka bottles and selling it. It was just messing people up. So I stopped that, but I started getting more into making these sandwiches. And they go out and do their peyote thing. I've been invited to do the peyote. You know, I'd do the ayahuasca. I would sit in the ground sweat lodges with them. Oh my goodness, you know, you had to get butt naked. I ain't care, you know. But you know, but it was cool, you know. They were getting healthier when I was living there. They wasn't, and I didn't want to impede on the store, but I was talking to Maxine and I'm saying, "Look, you gotta buy better stuff. Y'all making $1, and he's the pastor of the church behind the gas station, and y'all feeding them this crap, and they going over this dang hospital ran by the government. People walking around with blue BDUs, all right, like studying them like some science project, and then you wonder why they acting crazy and all the other stuff. That's on every reservation. Well, not the Pima Res. They don't play that. Their people take the money, they get a certain amount, they go to college, they did great, and they get back, they go cotton. They're doing magnificent. Every res could have been doing. And my boy, he said, "Well, we had to learn from y'all how to grow cotton." That told me enough. But anyway, right? The original Pima Indians, I had a book on them, and he was like, "That's what we look like." I'm like, "That's 97 and 1905. Yeah, so what happened?" And everybody's like looking at it, wanting to see all the books and information. But the thing is, not only is the reason why people are being poisoned is because they don't know who they are. They are partaking in the games of these individuals that have created everything. And the whole thing is not just subjugation, but it's your children and your children. Now, the ones they don't care about or want, because they know there'll be some get back, because the eyes are the windows of the soul, they're destroying them as well. And why is that people cannot fathom this? You know? How do you stop it? Well, yeah, you grow your own thing. Well, you saw what they were doing with the Amish and everybody else. The other kids are not sick and no Down syndrome and all this other crap, no incest, you know what I'm saying? But out here, and you see what's going on, it's like the big money pot. And it's not even about the money. They have the certain organizations, a group of people thinking they can live a certain life away from that. Those who will betray their own, right? But with them, they don't use this fiat. They believe themselves to be these fake fictional gods, and they're subjugated. And until people get it together and stop acting all wantonly crazy, and doing the dumb things, you're subjugated by the very same people who are blowing up and killing people. And it doesn't matter if converts or not. I don't have to say the names. It's in the news. It's everywhere. And the disease is abhorrent. And they're not doing it because they know they can do it, because they know something that all you don't. As far as they're concerned, you're all gone. You know what I mean? What was that? On Wag, don't come in here with your fake Jesus, bro. Don't do that. You can stay in here. You can say it 100 times. All right? If you want to do that spam, they'll time you out. That's all. Here we go with the Jesus. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Well, that might be the bot. You know, maybe it wants to be Jesus or Emmanuel, which happened to be, he was about 4'7", I think, and from Peru. And he was ugly. He had a big nappy fro, and he had a hunch in his back, walk with a cane, Emmanuel, and they killed him. They came here because of what he was able to do. That's why I say it's important to find out as much as you can about Tartary. The Bells, they got rid of them because they kept you. That's why I say y'all are very unaware of what you're capable of. They couldn't kill you yet. Not kill you how you think you're killed today. That's just attrition. Yeah, you would come back healed, and they were like, how do we can't get rid of them? Well, no, poison does its number depending on what, or those who decide to walk into a different light. And they left instructions that the enemy got now, and the enemy's using, and it's not for them. I can't go in no further into that. My thing is the fact that there's a monopolization. There's a certain group of individuals that's controlling everything that you eat here, and people don't want to see it for what it is. I know we're going to go out, we're going to buy the stuff, we're going to keep doing it, we're going to feel comfortable until we're uncomfortable. I always say, if you can make bells, make them. I always say that if you can get a hold of pure copper, well, line your perimeter. If you can get a hold of pure gold, if you can ground yourself, if you have a place where you can be bucketed naked and lay under that sun, regardless of what they're spraying, you can keep your environment quasi clean the best you can. Yeah, you can afford a little more time. All right. Other than that, you should be meditating and allowing yourself to see what you haven't seen, even in the most minute ways, so that way you can elevate yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, and you know what's messed up? People literally know the word process. Well, if you go back to the 50s and 60s, there was no processed food. They first started processing food for the military. C rations and all the canned food and all that stuff. War, it's a means to an end. It's not because they want to stop anything. War is the part of the attrition, the control, putting certain individuals over certain individuals and monopolizing on that. And you see it now. They were saying for over the last 20 years that there'll be a war with Iran. For what purpose? Those are crypto, right? They're cryptos. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, right? Or Sephardic, one or the other. Anyway, Cure Meal's got a lot of good stuff on that. And I used to talk about it, but I don't talk about that stuff no more. Hey, little bro. Hey, I'm gonna get you some bird food today. Anyway, I got to get out here and get on the road. I appreciate everybody, donations and everything. Well, my name is Randy, and I'm about to be like Sandy from I hear you. Copper bells are fine. There's so much They monopolize our music for control, right? The masters, look at Sam Cooke and all those individuals. When they, they didn't have the right people behind them because they still had this wanton way about them. Look what they just did to what's her name? What's her name? Angela?
Who?
Angela Stone, right?
Angie Stone.
Angie Stone. Look what they just did to her. I mean, a truck came out of nowhere and ran across after her accident and hit her and killed her. They let him go. That should tell you a lot about what's going on, but nobody wants to see it, and they were controlling. And this is not about crayon colors, but it's the very individuals like Clive Davis and those individuals that created this. Everything is about taking from you, using you from a broad perspective, putting it out there for everybody, monopolizing it, and then denying you to exalt themselves as if there's something special, and they're nothing. They say health is wealth, right? Then if health is wealth, then what is wealth? Your health. It's not fiat, it's not that, this, that. It's not your arguing, being angry with one another, fighting each other. It is health is wealth. Your health is your outcome of how you deal with one another, how you look at each other, and how you have less great expectations, but build expectations of yourself without demeaning, without seeking too much, but mitigating the things that make you a better individual for self. Not ego, and fulfill all these outside competitive things and all that nonsense. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Shove them out. Let's go. Yeah. Make them all. Yes, and I heard about that. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. Before I came out here, I talked about the 440 hertz and all that, 808, all that stuff. That you were very rhythmic people, right? This Arcadian rhythm, and we will adapt to something. But if we're dealing with a broken frequency of our own, we allow a perverted form to come in, and it further subjugates us, and that's not what's supposed to be happening. Wasn't it 1939 when these very individuals created that thing where the music coming through the radio and everything had to be at 430 hertz, whatever, the 440 hertz? Research it. Don't take my word for it. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, isn't it? And it affects everyone. It's not until you raise your frequency, until you are able to cancel things out, you're going to be affected. Right now, they're pulsing frequencies. Right now, all these things, not just to control the weather, but also the graphene and other things that may be are in existence, and plausibly by certain statements inside your organism, and most people are starting to realize they got to kill off certain parasites. Well, parasites have always been the problem. But look, I was telling T yesterday, I says, it's funny how when we used to prepare ham, pineapple and cloves kill parasites. We used to put cloves all over the ham and put pineapple and the juice, shoot it in it. People thought it was for taste. Well, we smoked and salted the ham. The ham was for taste. But the cloves and the pineapples killed the friggin' parasites. Why are people in Hindustan, all these places, getting tapeworms? Because they don't do what we did. We knew how to take it from the rooter to the tutor and use everything after what happened after the Civil War. Because you got to remember, most of these foreigners came in 1890s. Well, it's very well known in 1860 something that they were coming here. I think it was around 6 million, but we were in the hundreds of millions. And then turned around 1899, 1909, all the way up to 1940, millions upon millions were coming here. Now they're playing Indian. Now they're claiming this, and they have a 5th great grandpa. I'm like, no, they don't. You'd be surprised at how many are 1st and 2nd generation born here. And they won't ever say nothing, because who are they to say something to any of you? I'm just saying. And who was the one that monopolized these vessels and these ships to bring them here? For what purpose? Even though they subjugate them, because they do them, their term, which is a Yiddish word, not Hebraic, is goyim. It's a deeper disease than you can imagine. and yet they don't have no respect for the sons and daughters of Shem because they don't recognize you. They don't recognize because too many of your people are running around heyday crazy, and the other ones are still hating because they created a world where straight hair and this lighter skin is supposed to be the thing, and that's a lie in itself. Yet you go and read medical papers and documents, it tells you a whole nother story. But it's not about, we never moved nor had a need to move in hate. You know what I'm saying? It's not, we were not never dismissive. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been successful. They even have documents about us, and we can easily subjugate them. Them very people right there, because we were so forgiving, foreboding, non-foreboding, and loving. There's documents. You can pull it up even in the damn FBI files. I don't even know about the CIA, but I'm just saying, it's all there. You know what I'm saying? You already know, beloved. They're all playing a lot of our roles. Then we remember it. It's a problem. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be. If we say it's a problem long enough, it becomes a problem. Everyone needs to have this inner dimension of thought, a new perspective. You are not only what you eat, but you are what you speak. Sometimes even one time. So you got to manifest something a little different. You know, we say the Most High. The heaven and the crown is right here. The chrism, the fluid, that's what it's called. The pineal, the cerebellum that can process if you want to move something. It's clouded, foggy mind. The frontal lobe, the right hemisphere. Why would we have the hemisphere above us and not be able to function one hemisphere compared to the other? Because it's been deaded. You have to ignite it. You have to raise and find a frequency. A lot of us hear this ring. There is a natural ring, but there's another one that shows you high levels of cortisol. That means stress. Stress upon the body will create that. Unless you can ignore it and fight through the pain, then that's a whole nother thing. Start putting cold water and ice wraps on your head. Get used to it. The brain freeze, breathe through it. You'd be surprised at what breathing does, regardless of what they're doing. Your body has a way to correct so many things. It was made, you got to remember, Henrietta Lack had the God gene, yet they say she died. Okay? The oldest Y chromosome. Why is that we have all the chromosomes and everybody else doesn't? Okay? Medically, and for those who study medicine, go and look. The melanated man is supposed to be 3/5 of man because the other part is a god. You don't know because you don't know to look at chromosomes. You don't know to look at your blood type. Why is it that they can't have their blood tested in Palestine? Why is that most of my brothers and sisters on the reservations, they don't want them to have their blood tested? Thank goodness I served with a whole bunch of them, and I saw that they didn't have the bloodline of this land. That I didn't oust them. They didn't stop being my brothers. They were respectful and more responsive. Because a lot of times they're told to lie and don't say their blood. They are. Tuba City, the hospital, by the government. There were too many people there, me being a nurse, and like, what's your blood type, just in case? RH said, okay, well, it's fine, bro. You're good. You can receive my blood if anything happens. Are you doing that for me, Red? Of course, bro. Your life is important. See, people have this binding inaptitude because of the social construct of the small number of ignorant that we're supposed to mitigate and move on those factors. A minute number? No. Don't have to move that way. We once walked in the light, the light in the darkness. Like I was reading to y'all before last week, right? I was saying that even the most responsibly respectful individual, if they're around the wrong circle of individuals, they'll be swayed and pulled into that. That's how strong it is. I'm not saying that y'all are not the benefactors, but you're not supposed to be there. Oh, we have no enemies. We used everything. Darkness never really existed as it does today. darkness has been given a bad word, a bad name, an allegory of sorts. We utilize it to mean like black means bad, and that's not what it means. It's totally the opposite. Remember they say Lucifer, the shine. I don't want to take my name because I already asked a lot of people. They said, "No, the name was cool." I was like, "Well, your name, it's actually my name." And I'm like, "But y'all are playing the dirty. You shouldn't do that." And people get all, I says, Lucifer is the lower, the sin. That's why your lowest frequency, 7.38. Why is it people don't get that? The soul. When you think about the biggest pores in your body are on your feet. Why is it important that for them to have to make rubber and all this latex and line and all these things to put on your body to shutter you, to have you fluctuating and be all running around crazy? The Most High you're endowed with. What would something create me? Doesn't matter who or what I manipulate for me to worship it when it has no need for me in the first place. If it is that great, unless it wants to find out something. And what is that? The source. But the source and the physical are one and the same. Y'all have been made to think that it is separated. Yet you move and you walk because the source is in you and it is you. You are sentient, brought to a lower, means raised, torn down to a lower position of thought, concept, connectivity, and that is delirium, the delusion. And that is why we have to, religion is a good keepsake if you practice it. What does practice do? It's like riding a bike. You fall down, you get back up. But if you have those perversions come along, you're in the wrong sector, and people in the Spider-Man suit dancing in the church, doing a little funky shuffle, that's entertaining. That means enter and contained. You have been entered into a place and contained. You're supposed to be free, wild, not obsolete. Okay? These things that I've been sharing, I've been doing it because nobody else knew how. I know all the other stuff, but the other stuff is pragmatic if you can look at it dynamically and bring it around about face. And then say, okay, I see you. What would you like for me to do? Well, when you ask what would you like for me to do, and if you're talking to yourself, you already know what you need. You have lesser great expectations, but you put yourself in a place that is not dormant no more to allow yourself to be receptive of the things that may change or litigate a different factor in your understanding and your perceptions. You don't have to be contrite. You don't have to run around and accept everything, yet you can allow yourself to live whatever life is considered, right? Whatever choice you make in that prospect called life. Or you can just exist without having those great expectations. And in existing, start seeing things based on the knowledge you've received from many factors. That's the whole thing, to get all the information, to research it, to apply it, and see what comes from it. Because they're not doing it without studying. They're studying you to undo. What's that called? Reverse engineer you. Isn't that what they've been doing? Oh yeah. Spell for a lot of people. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's what I tell people. Yahweh. Yeah. What if you was? I was like, take that. That's your Doa Beth. That's like saying going to go get Shiva and Kamala and all these other deities or things that may exist, may not. Well, talismans, or you just haven't seen them yet. Whatever M may be, you know what I mean? The thing is, the majority of people are not ready to deal with anything. The majority are not ready. Can't do nothing about that. But we have a choice in our matters and affairs, okay? By the definitions of whatever they mean, all right? Yeah, I told you I'm a linguist. I like to know what these words are alluding to, even to the point where I can't find nothing else. And usually when you're looking, it will show its head. That's why I say it's important to not just be a part of the world they created, but be a part of the world that you you coexisting unknowingly. That's when you start seeing things. Okay? Does it mean that you wasn't manipulated or created by something? Oh, of course. Doesn't mean that. But why guess on something when you can actually apply and practice something that you can afford? That's yourself. Bettering yourself. Not manipulating yourself. Not to fit nobody's narrative. Okay? Sometimes you want to push yourself and deal with the struggles. And that allows you, remember I told you a story about the eagle? The highest cave in the mountain. The beak, the talons, the feathers, the plumage, and the order. The raven or the crow and the wolf. How they help each other for the marrow and the bone. When you start seeing these things, you can't unsee them. And then you share them. But I know it is true. Sometimes the way I come over, or how I deliver something, it's not for everyone. I can dig that. And I know how to. There's times when I just don't want to give it to everybody, because not everybody's going to do what they need. There are those who have a deeper, they don't have that affliction. Or it's there, but it's in a minute way. And ergo, the reason why there are those who will willing to listen and take it upon themselves as a grail, as a holy grail, to become wholesome of themselves and to be the grail that was written before time itself, because time is also creation. If I'm wrong, show me. All right. But I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to cook something. I got my little that's goat milk with strawberries and ganaos and hemp seeds. And that thing is thick. It should be chopped. I'm gonna go and grab and see if it'll whip it up real quick and drink that down. It's gonna give me gas like I'm old. But anyway, we got to run an event, so I want to get back. I want to chill. Friday, I guess we'll be getting the rest of the wood. Ganja will be heading over to Jersey, so y'all send the energy and make sure he's protected and he's safe. And me and him are gonna be here finishing up the build. And Ocelot, if you don't know old lady don't get up here, man, we're gonna come down there, man. I'm gonna have to put the gloves on, man. But it would be good to have a little help. We're gonna get them joists up, we're gonna get those walls up, and it's gonna be fun, you know what I mean? At Kiramil, if you ever decide to come on up for like a week or whatever, come on through, beloved. You know what I'm saying? Shoot at the gun range, eat some of my cooking. Hey, man, have a good time, family. And then maybe I'll make my way down there and see if I can find, I don't know, I think my cousin Danny Ferraro, he's Costa Rican, that's my cousin, right? I think he might be back in Costa Rica. I think he got tired of his old lady, and I think doing the armed security in Harlem for the schools, and I think he might have went back to Costa Rica and Pelon, you know, so we'll see. That's where I got family. I probably got family all around. I don't know. I haven't been down there, in a long time, since the 80s. But anyway, I'll see if I can find some family. I don't know. They look at me like, who the hell? A lot of people think I'm Latino. Well, I don't like to say it like that, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it goes. And this, appreciate you, hon. Thank you, hon. Like I said, we got to get out here and do some things and get back. We're going to probably be relaxing because like I said, I had to shell out a lot of money to certain individuals so they can do what they're doing and get this truck running. And I'm all right with that, you know. So, baby girl looked me out yesterday. So I'm going to head out here. We're going to pick up a few more things. Come on back. We're going to chill out, cuz, get the fire. I was out like a light because I was dang sure come out here and enjoy that fire, bro. Well, I'm gonna see you guys later. Don't worry, we're gonna read. I just thought that was important. I didn't want to be nasty and vilify them, because I know a lot of them who are really good people. So, and y'all already know that. And I don't mind people. They want to practice the religion and they want to call themselves whatever. Hey, convert. You convert. Don't forget their origin. And that's why I have a problem, because though the majority of converts, they don't speak about who is who of origin. They're murdering some of the true Semitic people. Whether they're half-breeds or not, whatever that narrative is, there's still a whole individual. You get what I'm saying? There's still life, still source in them. And that's why we have to overcome the shillelagh of lies and not be further instigators of this fractured thought and the narrative they painted. Okay? There are good and there are bad. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. Things are aligned and I'll be there soon. You better come on, cuz. Hey, Concrete Mob, what's up, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? Look, I appreciate all of you. Y'all know we're doing some great videos, even Baby Girl Slaughter, Niece. There's a lot of people. Millennial, I haven't seen nothing lately, but yeah, she's doing what she's got to do. She's got her kids and everything. And there's Sharon and some people like they're around my age and stuff like that. And sometimes we got to take care of grandbabies and all that kind of stuff. But know this, you don't have to be against nobody. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight with anybody. That raises you. You don't want to be part of that dichotomy. You don't want to be part of the monopolization, the stolen benefits, the truth of your legalities, meaning that there's nothing standing over you if you're moving in the conscious order of your design. All right? Beloved sisters and brothers, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later. What's that? When I can. Oh, no, I appreciate it, sister. I appreciate it. All of y'all. Anyway, see you guys in a handful of hours. We're not going to be over there long. We're going to get out there, get our stuff, and get on back. All right? Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I enjoyed